Welcome to the puzzle guide for the Lost Marshes North 3 for puzzles number 1 through 8 and the Lost puzzles. Here's number 1. We're going to start out. Introduces a new mechanic. I like to call it trading, but I guess they call it swapping. There's something on this platform, and you have to give something to that platform in order to take the thing on there. So we're going to trade for the jammer, get the jammer, trade back for the fan vent thingy, and then hop on here. And that's puzzle number 1. It's simple enough, but it introduces the idea. So there you go. Puzzle 2 is up next here in the cold north, and this one is called Possibilities. Almost anything's possible if you just do it. Anyway, grab the box, use the fan to get the box here. Then you can trade that for an accumulator, and then you can use the fan to hop back up here real quick. Absorb the blue laser to your accumulator for later. Luckily, when you trade an accumulator back, it saves its charge, so that's super nice. Grab the box, switch it back with the accumulator, place the accumulator on this button while connecting it to the blue receiver, and then hit your hand on the wheel of progress, and there's number 2. And you're good to go. Number 3 is up next. Let's run up these great stairs and check out the title. The Wall. Alright, there's going to be a wall in this puzzle, a rarity. Alright, take your box and trade for the driller. Open the driller hole behind the trading post, I guess. You know, whatever it's called. You're good to go. Take your connector, trade for the box. Take your box, trade for the jammer. Take your jammer, trade again for the connector. Reconnect the red setup they had. That allows you to leave, which is great news. And then you can pick up your driller, trade for the jammer, use it up front, and touch the wheel of progress after a few driller hole swaps. Puzzle number 4 is up next here in North 3, and it's got a lot of steps. So let's think about this one. It's called Prison, and that's super fun. Connect your connector to your red receiver and emitter at the same time. Put it by the door for best chances at success. Pick up your cube and trade it for a connector over there. Then you can use a connector here to emit the red laser. Grab this connector for later use. And let's see here. Get a box. Trade for it, in fact. That'll be best. You're going to want to put it down here. Right? Then you can take this. You're going to want to do blue so it goes over the red. Wait for that to fully charge. Then you can pick up your red. Then you can trade that for a box, which is super nice. And then you can trade this for a box, which is super nice. And then you want to break this connector at a prison by climbing the wall. So I wouldn't recommend that in real life, but in the game it works out pretty well. Flip that switch and you get some access to both sides pretty nicely. Okay, then we simply have to do everything all over again, and then more stuff, and they'll be done. Alright, set a box here. That should be the only box you need. So you can trade the other 2 for connectors. That should do you pretty well. Reestablish the blue link up here. Use this connector to establish the blue link in the back. Place this near the back of the wall. Run through the old prison. Grab this red connector. Alright, reconnect that with the red laser, the red receiver here, and put it about on the corner. And that will let that go. That frees the blue laser, and then you can slap your hand on the wheel of progress. That one's a bit of a doozy, but there you go. Number 5 is up next here in the Lost Marshes, and this can be a fun one. Take your accumulator and trade it immediately for a jammer. Jam this door over here to free your other jammer. That's what I would say anyway. Okay, from there you're going to want to trade for an inverter. Grab your jammer from before, jam this blue door, touch the red laser, and put the inverter on the button. Take your other jammer and trade for the accumulator, and you can accumulate a blue charge. Trade back so you can jam that while removing this. Get both jammers out, jam this door from before, take your one jammer inside and re-jam the same door, of course. Then you can trade that jammer for the blue accumulator for the final time, bring that inside here, place it down, jam your last blue door, power that, and your table's right here. That's number 5. Quick and easy. Okay, puzzle number 6 is up next. Sorry, the number monolith is pretty far away. It's called Up and Down, so that's pretty exciting. You're going to start by putting this inverter on the button. There's some trading that needs to be done. You can take the fan off the bottom fan at the moment. and get this box. Then you're going to want to, let's see here, take the inverter off, put the box on the button, trade this, the inverter's inside, and you could put your fan back there. Take your box and take the first fan upwards. Then you're going to want to go up on the second fan and trade your box here for the RGB converter. Then you're going to want to go on top of the RGB converter, click the green laser emitter, click the blue laser emitter, and place it up here on this raised square. That should be pretty good. Now take this fan front off. Don't get blown away by it. That's a big mistake. You're going to want to place that on the button, take the other fan front, trade it for the inverter, walk towards the green laser so you can click the blue receiver, and you're getting red from the RGB converter, but then you're inverting it, of course. And there you go. You can slap your hand on the wheel of progress, and that's number 6. A challenge, but a fun one. Number 7 is up next, and it is called Propulsion. So that's super fun. You can start by taking the fan off of the fan, trade it for the box here, place it next to this little gate, get your inverter ready to go, attach it to the blue, and sit it on the box. There. Then you can walk through, take the driller, get the accumulator, and accumulate a nice red color. Great job. Alright, get the driller back, make a hole there for later. Get your inverter back to get your fan back, make that trade. Take your box into the fan. You go up here, that's pretty nice. But you can simply trade it here for the accumulator, drop that through the driller hole, pick it up on the other side, take the fan again, and send the red signal that away. And you can slap your hand on the wheel of progress. And that's number 7 done. Okay, and number 8, as per always, wraps up the numbered puzzles in the area. This one's called Transmission, and there's a lot of moving parts possible. Luckily, we don't have to use them all so much. Anyway, jam that door to get your friend out of a jam, walk on out the door, and then become yourself up here again. Take your jammer, and you're going to want to jam this door with the trading post behind it, and you're going to want to stay up here, certainly. Okay, then you can become this person. Take the front off of this fan, there you go, and you're going to want to trade for the driller at the post, and then you're going to make a hole here while placing the driller on this button, okay? Become the person on top of the tower, take the jammer with you, hop down the hole, trade for a connector. That'll be extremely useful because you're going to go from red to red, and just like that, number 8 is complete. Hop on the fan, hop again, and slap your hand on the wheel of progress. That's number 8, and that's the last numbered puzzle. Okay, and this lost level in North 3 here is called All Around. All Around is a great one, of course. Take your connector and trade it for an inverter here. You're going to connect it to the blue receiver and the red emitter. Take your other connector and run around back to trade it for a jammer. You can now jam the door in back, allowing you to bring your inverter further into the puzzle. That's super exciting. Trade that for this connector and put it on the ground for now. You know, do whatever you want. Take the jammer and jam this door. Pick up your connector from before and go from red to red to keep that door open. Then you pick up your jammer, but then you can use the jammer on this side to keep the door open. Take your connector now, trade it back for the inverter, and put that on the ground. Grab your jammer and trade it for the RGB converter, and send it to green. And then you know what to do. Invert here, connect everything, red laser, blue inverter, green converter, and that's the end of the all-around Lost puzzle in North 3. Alright, it is Lost level time in North 3, and this one is called Elegance. So that's pretty nice. Take your jammer first of all, and jam the blue door to get back there. And then you can hop into this fan. There's a driller up here. We're not going to use it yet. Let's trade it for a jammer. Jam this door, so we can trade this jammer outside for a fan. That's going to be really helpful. But for now, it's not. So trade it back for the driller, hop into the fan, and make a hole here at this trading post. Trust me. Then you're going to want to pick up this jammer, run into the fan one more time, and then swap these pieces. So you have a connector. You're going to want to drill a hole on the right-hand side here. Click the red receiver and the red emitter. You can kind of see it through the hole there. There you go. Okay, that's doing well. Now you don't need the hole anymore, so you can trade this driller for the fan. Slap it on there. That's getting powered by the red. But now we don't need the power, so you can trade the connector for the jammer, jam the final door, and slap your hand on the wheel of progress. And that's that Lost level. Incredible.